I have contacted numerous African communities, Uganda, Kenya, Ghanaians, etc. But the moment they know we are a family of 4, 2 adults and a boy and a girl, they never get back.
So somebody who had a low case number and had not filled in the DS260, and by the time they are filling in and already the visa bulletin is, let's say it's at 50,000, they'll be far away in the queue. So whoever is 50,000 and it opens up and they did it the very first time, they get the interview before somebody who has either 10 or 100 and they have not yet filled the DS260. But the point of the interview, if they are not your sponsor or your sponsor cannot host, that you can change even at the point of interview.
Oh, okay. Do you need a host before filing DS260?
Yes, you need a host. By the time you are filling the DS260, also the host, you have to give an address for the US where you'll be staying or who will host you.
Somebody says, hi, I'm a DV 2024 selectee from Uganda and I'm waiting for my 2NL. Kindly guide on how I can change my interviewing embassy from Nairobi to Tanzania as I am a high case number. Hey guys, welcome back to our channel. This is Elle from Elle and Nick, and today we are back with our special guests. You guys know them from our previous video, so we'll let them introduce themselves. You guys know me. I'm Elle.
I'm Hannah.
I'm Vinny.
Oh, and I'm Nick.
Yes, and
I was waiting for your hand to point at me.
Oh, there you go.
Yeah, it got stuck.
Oh, okay. Okay. That's Nick. And guys, we just wanted to come back here and give you feedback on the questions that you left on the previous video. If you haven't watched it yet, it was their story, how they had a 20-year long dream to come to America. And finally, 20 years later, they were able to come here, and it was through the DV lottery. So if you haven't watched that, you should go watch it. There has been a lot of questions, guys, that have come out from that video, and we are here to answer you guys. We heard you, so we are here to answer the questions. We brought them back. You guys asked for them again. We brought them. They'll have all the answers. And I also wanted to say thank you for everyone that interacted with the poll that we put up on Instagram and the poll that we put up on our community tab. And if you're not following us on Instagram, go follow us. What's our handle, babe?
L_and_Nick.
Yes, that one. We'll be putting up polls like that, and we'll be interacting with you guys more, and also on the community tab. So, without further ado, are you guys ready to answer the questions?
Oh, yes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, we are very ready.
Yeah, how have you guys been feeling since sharing your story?
How's the feeling so far?
Exciting.
Oh, it's exciting.
Yeah, to see how many people their dreams are coming to America, and how many people watched the video.
Yeah.
So, yeah, it's good to share your story and you give somebody hope.
Yes.
Yeah.
Definitely. And you?
I didn't know that I had a story that could come out and people would be able to interact, and I didn't think I had a story of my 20 years journey. I thought it was my journey alone, but so many people related. So many people are being encouraged by the wait time and giving people encouragement that I can also be able to do that. I was up, but I can be able to do this. So it's interesting to see all the reactions and the questions that were there. Yeah, we have been called back again to come and interact and give feedback. So we'll do as much as we can, and hope we'll be able to answer all the questions that came from that video and see the way forward.
Yeah, so there has been a lot of questions, guys. So we are literally going to go through them. So if you left your question down there, wait, we are getting to it. But most of the things that came up, we'll talk about them as we go along. So I'm just gonna go ahead and start. We'll go through these questions one at a time. And I think the first question here was, somebody said, that's a great interview. What was their case number? What was your case number, guys?
Case number,
17.
yeah, 2023 DV, it was what? 2023 AF, 17,955.
55.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So is that high or low?
It's not, for Africa, it's not as high, because Africa, it goes all the way up to 60, 70, or even 100,000, depending on the selectee of the year. So 17,000 can be considered to be relatively low case number.
Oh, okay, okay. And what month did you guys get your interview? I mean, that was May, right?
Yeah, we got our interview in May 2nd.
Oh, okay. So that means,
And when was the first interview?
The first interview for the period is always 1st of October or 2nd of October.
The previous year.
Yeah.
So from October all the way till May, and you are number 17,000, and you're saying it's a low case number.
Yeah, it depends with the year. The selection depends with the visa bulletin, how quickly or how slow they select. They open the visa bulletin. For our year, they started 2000. That was in October. In the November, they added another 2000 or something. So by the time we were getting to December, that's when they were hitting 10,000. So then selection was opening up very slowly.
Yeah.
But for like DV 2024, for October alone, they have already selected. They have chosen up to 10,000.
10,000.
oh, so that's moving much
It's
faster.
moving very well. If they do another 5 or 10 within December, they can be even up to 30,000.
Oh, okay.
So it all depends with the visa bulletin and the selection.
So that means, going by DV 2024, then it means most people, if you maybe assume that everything will go on as the previous years, most likely will be left out. Because if the case numbers are going so quick within a very short time, if usually people say, okay, you can start maybe doing it's called the
DS260.
The DS260. If you waste time, because people usually waste time and you're still within the range, meaning it's very easy for you to be left out.
Yes. When the visa bulletin opens up a big number and you have not done your paperwork, you have not put in your DS260, then the AV queue becomes long. By the time you put in your DS260, you are far way back within the queue. So you might lose your chance.
So your case number may be high, but as long as your DS260 is submitted very quickly, you may be in the very lower
Yes,
case
it may be
numbers.
very at the very front of the queue. So when the visa bulletin opens up and your case is reached, and you have already put in your DS260, you get the interview.
Yeah, you get that.
So somebody who had a low case number and had not filled in the DS260, and by the time they are filling in and already the visa bulletin is, let's say it's at 50,000, they'll be far away in the queue. So whoever is 50,000 and it opens up and they did it the very first time, they get the interview before somebody who has either 10 or 100 and they have not yet filled their DS260.
Wow. So guys, the lesson is fill out your DS260 quickly as soon as you find out you've been selected. And that's what they did, right?
Yep.
Yeah. All right. Speaking of DS260, somebody asked, do you need a host before filing DS260?
Yes, you need a host. By the time you are filling the DS260, also the host, you have to give an address for the US.
Yeah.
Where you'll be staying or who will host you in the US. So you need an address or somebody to host you. But for the documents, the I-134 or the host document, those ones you need them when you get the 2NL. That's when now you need them to fill in their tax returns or information so that it's current. Maybe, let's say it's in April. They have here you fill in the tax year ends at April 15.
Yeah.
Yeah. So if it's by that time they have not either filled the taxes or you don't have the current tax return, so you have to wait until when you have the DS260 the 2NL. Then at that point you request for the host documents.
Okay.
So is this the point where you can be updating as you go? where you just fill it up and you post. Is it the DS260 or is it the 2NL?
No, the DS260, you can have a host and a sponsor. So the host, while filling the DS260, you need an American address.
Okay.
You think this is where I will go. That host you can change even at the point of when you're doing your interview. You can say, no, I changed my host. I was going to Florida or Minnesota or wherever, but now I'm changing my address. I'm going to Arizona.
Oh, okay.
So just have an American address while filling the DS260.
And a name.
Yeah, and the name of your host. But the point of the interview, if they are not your sponsor or your sponsor cannot host, that you can change even at the point
Oh,
of
okay. So just if you have a name and you're not even sure if they're gonna host you or something, or they haven't agreed or whatever, still you can go ahead and just put a name and an address, and then as you continue, you will figure out everything as you go along.
You know, you've just said that, and I just thought maybe people may take that and just put random addresses in the US and a random name just to pass that step. Do you think that it's important that you put an actual address of a person who lives in that address?
Of course. Yeah. I mean, why would you?
No, because when you say you can put that and change it at the end, most people may say, okay, maybe I can just look for an address of someone, maybe they know an aunt who used to live somewhere else. I'm assuming maybe, I don't know, but maybe in the system they do verification to just make sure that whoever you put in there is actually living in that address. I'm just thinking.
Yeah, if the address you're putting, make it's a legit address, it's very easy for somebody to give you their address. The difficult part is for when it comes to giving you your information.
Yeah,
The tax
return.
information, all those. Those documents have personal information.
Yes.
So somebody can give you your address, but they're not comfortable sharing their
tax
return.
and-
So at the point of interview, that's you can change your host. You can have a host and a sponsor. You can still
can
say,
be separate.
yeah, you can still say I'm going to that address, but they didn't qualify to sponsor me. So I got this other person who was ready to give me their documents. So I'm using them as my sponsor, but I'll still go into that address. But still make sure that address is legit.
So this is at the point of the interview.
Yes, at the point of the interview, everything has to be verified.
Yes.
You just can't take an address, say, okay, that's where I'm going, and it's a street. It doesn't have a.
Yeah, like it's not legit.
It's all, yeah.
Stick to whatever you write on your
Yeah, just to 60.
DS260.
Yeah, because if it's different, you still have to explain why it's different. Or
You'd have to. They'll ask who's this. How do you know this person?
Yeah.
How are you related? Why are they sponsoring you? So you have to have a connection with that person.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. You got that, guys. Next question. Somebody says, hi, I'm a DV 2024 selectee from Uganda and I'm waiting for my 2NL. Kindly guide on how I can change my interviewing embassy from Nairobi to Tanzania as I am a high case number. There's a second part to that question and we can read it after if you guys want to first address that one.
Okay, how to change or request a change of interview location? You have to get that embassy you're intending to shift to, write to them and request if they'll take your case number or if they have space, they can be able to accommodate you. Once they accept they can take your case number, then you can write to KCC and say you're intending to shift your interview from Nairobi to either TZ or Nairobi to whichever embassy you want to change to.
Oh.
But first you have to write to, if it's TZ, find their contact, if it's email, write to them, I want to change my interview to this embassy. Do you have space or do you have a vacancy for my case, so to say?
Okay.
Then they can say, okay, we are full that month, or we can be able to take your
Oh,
your
so
case.
it's not guaranteed.
No, you just can't change.
Oh, because when you fill out your, at what point do you decide? Do you pick an embassy?
When you're filling the DS260, that's when you choose the interview location where you want to be interviewed. So mostly you take your home country or where you are located.
Or where you're closest
Yes, but as time goes by, you may relocate or change from where you are. Then at that point, you can be able to now change and say, okay, I was in Kenya when I was doing this. I'm now in Qatar. I want to change my interview from Kenya to Qatar.
okay.
So you ask Qatar embassy, can you be able to accommodate my case? Then they tell you, okay, now you can be able to take your case.
Okay.
Then
So
you can be able now to open up the unlock your DS to 60 and ask to change your interview's location.
Okay.
So I had a question. So you must have a valid reason.
Yes.
You can't just say, I want to change because I feel like my case number is very high.
No, you have to show them I've relocated, I'm now here, or I've come here for work, or you have to have a reason why you are in that. And you have to have a status in that country where you want to locate to. Either you have your work permit, you have your residency, or something has made you to relocate there.
Oh, wow. That's a good question because, I mean, I didn't think about that. Yeah. Wow. Okay. So the second part of this question, the same person says, secondly, I'm still looking for a host. I have contacted numerous African communities, Uganda, Kenya, Ghanaians, etc. But the moment they know we are a family of 4, 2 adults and a boy and a girl, they never get back. Oh, that's tough.
That's tough.
How do you find a host?
Because maybe they're like, are we going to be able to share our information? And are we able to provide for all this for the family of?
4.
Family
Yeah.
of 4. So
Yeah, I can understand if it's, you know, like people, they don't know. Like being here in the US, it's very difficult to just, you know, somebody contacts you and they say, hey, I'm looking for a host and I will need all your information, and you don't know them, you don't know like what kind of people they are, you don't know if it's even legit. So sometimes it's difficult for people in America to commit themselves to people, because also like there's been a lot of stories about people come here and, you know, things don't go very well, and, you know, there's just a lot of, you need a certain level of trust to be able to give somebody something like that. So just keep trying, and if you're someone in the US and you're watching this and you would like to help this person out, you can reach out and, you know, maybe help somebody out. So maybe send us a DM on Instagram at Elle and Nick, and then whoever wrote this question, you can also send us a DM on Instagram, and if we find somebody, we can connect you. I don't know. What do you think?
I'm just thinking because I think for the people who are running away, I feel like they don't understand the process, because if by the time you are sending your tax records and they can actually, you see people are afraid of hosting so many people in their houses. But again, if your income cannot support the people who are coming to you, it will not even go through at that point.
Yeah.
So most people I feel in the US are just scared. They think maybe if, for instance, you're coming with a family of 6, all of you will come despite him or her having a low income that can't support all of you. So this is a point of misinformation for the person who is going to host, who is going to host in quotes. And the person on the other hand also is a bit, doesn't have the right information and tell them, you know what, you are just hosting us and maybe someone else can be a sponsor on the other end. So this person can actually host, they just live in a room or in a house, but someone else is sending the money to make sure all of you can be able to sustain yourselves.
And it doesn't being a sponsor doesn't necessarily mean that you're gonna be giving these people money or you're gonna be responsible for them per se, like when they come here, because I mean, you just need to show that you earn a certain, ideally you should be able to, but if you're not willing or if you're not able to give them money, I guess it makes sense to say I can't. There's a difference between a host and a sponsor. A host is someone, where are you gonna stay physically, where are you gonna be, and then the sponsor is the person that presents their document, basically to say that I can take care of these people when they come. But if you, wherever you are in Uganda, you have money or you can take care of yourself when you come here, or you have family or other ways of taking care of yourselves, you know, you don't have to rely on the person who is your sponsor per se in the process, right? Because it's not legally binding, right?
Even on the I-134, you can state how you want a sponsor, or how much, or what kind of sponsorship you are going to offer.
Yes.
Also on the same issue, you can do self-sponsor.
Oh, you can.
Yeah.
Yes, you can self-sponsor. It only it's a little bit expensive because you have to show every person you have at least $10,000.
Oh, like in cash, like you have that money cash.
And prove
Yeah,
that you
yeah.
have that kind of income, or that actually that liquid income, not
Okay.
assets, because you are supposed to move with that.
Money.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that question, it has two fronts. One, the same you have said, there's a sponsor and there's a host. Maybe somebody can say, I cannot be able to host a family of 4 because I'm either sharing a room, or I have roommates, I don't have enough room to accommodate all of you.
Right.
So they back off because of they cannot be able to host. Or somebody, their income cannot be able to cover for the 4 or the family of 5. So there are so many reasons why people can shy away from being hosts or sponsors, because they are not in a position to do that.
Yeah.
But you can get two people, somebody who has space, a big space, who can host you, and somebody who has at least some income which can be able to cover that family of 5.
Yes.
Or still you can use that host and the sponsor and come and find your own space. You say, I'm just using your address, but I'll rent my own apartment, or I'll use Airbnb, or I'll find somewhere to host myself. I just need your document and your address to get through the embassy. Once I get over there, I'll be able to host myself or take care of my bills.
Okay. Yeah, so if you have you hear there's a lot of different options and a lot of different ways you can go about it. I was wondering, is there a possibility of co-sponsorship? Like, let's say like 2 different people can come together and
Yes and no. Yes, if they both are sharing a space, I can use your documents and his documents, then we combine, and you become, you get above the cutoff or the poverty line. But if one is in, let's say, Arizona, the other one in Seattle, you can't co-sponsor.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Unless now one becomes the host, the other one becomes a sponsor.
Oh, okay.
But they can't be both the sponsors and hosts, and they are combining the same, you are using the same paper.
Okay, okay. Guys, I feel like there's a lot more information on this. So stick to the end. We have a surprise for you guys. So yeah, I hope whoever wrote this has found those answers helpful. And now,
And maybe to add on that, still your host can be your sponsor. You don't have to get a host and a sponsor.
yeah,
Yeah,
it can be the same
one person.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I think it's also important to say that I think it's very, very expensive to host here in the US. It may not really, someone may not really understand from the other side until you come here and you see how much it takes to just run a family. Just a family, like a mother, a child, and the husband, maybe. It really takes a lot. So when you hear people running away, it's because they have looked at the dynamics of them alone and imagining having people. Because for you to, when you come to the US, I think even if it's a green card, you have to be here for around, if you are very fast, within 3 weeks, maybe the time that you get your documents, right?
Yeah.
But if you take your time and maybe you land, you still want to get around and see things before you start applying, it may take you maybe 2 months before you get your documents. So it also depends with the situation. When you come here and everything is okay, or when you come here and maybe there's something happening like elections and things may now slow down. So you have to be a bit careful when you land in the US. And yeah.
Yeah. It's not easy. It's not very, sometimes it can be very complicated. So you just pray, keep praying, guys. There is another question here. that there is this myth that winning numbers for DV have a confirmation number of 6 numbers and 10 letters. Maybe just confirm for us if your confirmation number had 6 numbers and 10 letters.
Yeah, as they state,
That's a
yeah,
myth.
that's a myth.
So yeah, you're right, it's a myth.
Yeah, that was going around that for the winning number or for you to win, you have to have
Yeah, like when you
6
get your
digits, then
confirmation number.
the whole confirmation number is 16 digits or a combination of letters and numbers. So all have 16.
Oh.
So we can have 7 letters, 7 digits, alphabets. It's a mixture, but it has not been proven. So
Did yours have, oh, it should be you. Did yours have 10 letters and 6 numbers?
I don't. I can't confirm. Maybe you check. You go back and check, and then you'll confirm later. As
Yeah,
of now,
yeah.
I don't have the confirmation number.
Oh my God, we can't even remember the we only remember the case number.
Yeah.
That was the one you were dealing with
Yeah.
for a long time. Okay, all right. So guys, stay tuned. They will look that up and let you guys know. And then
It's
okay. Mhm.
it's a lottery, so they select randomly. You never know. If it's your day, you get selected. Yeah.
And you can't win a lottery if you don't play. So go play.
That's true. That's true, guys. Okay, there is another one. Somebody said, Elizabeth said, "Hi, I love the testimony, but I want to ask, how long after you applied for green card did you check? I have the feeling you checked as soon as you got home."
As soon as we got home,
Yeah, as soon as it was open, that same hour, I had my confirmation that we won, and the other one.
yeah.
So we checked immediately. It was open. That's when
Yeah.
we checked.
I think I think some people think that once you play, once you put in your, how do I say this? Once you enter, then right away you get a confirmation whether, I think when you say confirmation number, people think it's a confirmation of whether you've won or lost, like you haven't won.
Yeah.
But that's not correct. See, you play in October, guys.
Yeah.
You play in October, between October and November. This year it's October 4th, 2023 to November 7th, 2023. And then the results will come out in May of 2024.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
So in May,
That's
they
when you're
tell you
going
when now the
confirm.
it will be announced the winners. It have a timeline. Once that it's open, you can check at that point. So when it was open,
I
within
think
the
you
same
can
hour,
check
that's when you
any
check.
time between that before your year, the calendar year starts. If you are DV 2025, you can check any time between 2024.
Once it's open,
But
yeah,
it's advisable to check.
once
once
it's
it's
open, you can check any time. It's in the system. But
Yeah.
once the calendar year ends, then that information cannot be useful anymore. But in May, that's when you can be able now to check when it's either if you won or you didn't win.
oh, so are you saying you have to check between May and September?
Yeah, you can check from May even up to September of that year. When you're, let's say, DV 2024, theirs opened in May. May 2023. They can check even up to September 2024.
Oh, okay. So you have like a year and a half
Yes.
to check.
Yes, you can. But when you check in September 2024 and you find out you won, you don't have time to send in
to
your
send
DS
your
to 60. You
yeah.
can't wait for the interview. You can't have. So it won't be. You just know I won, but I didn't participate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So if you are interested in participating, the earlier you check, the earlier you're able to present your DS to 60 and become part of the participant.
Okay. All right. Next question. Is it a must to move at once when you win with your family, or is it possible to move alone and others find you there after some time to avoid that quick expense?
The principal has to be the first one to move. in case you can't move all of you together. Yeah.
Yes, let me answer it this way. Ideally, it's best if you move together, because now you'll go, while you are setting up paperwork for everybody, you'll be able to do that together.
Yeah.
But if you cannot be able to move together, the principal has to move, because the principal is the one who unlocks the whole thing. At the point of entry, when the principal presents their paperwork, now they activate your entry. At the entry point, the principal has to be the one who first present their paperwork, and it unlocks your whole process. So the principal can come, set up, find their way here, but within 6 months,
Yeah.
the visa, it has 6 months to expire. So whoever comes first, the principal can come, try to find their way here, but before 6 months are over, everybody else has to follow and be here before 6 months is up.
Yeah.
Because when the visa expires, you cannot go to the embassy and say, renew our visa. We didn't go.
So I have a question. Does it mean that when you guys with the principal, nothing is in an envelope the way other visas are, where you have an envelope that has all the papers and it is only open at the point of entry?
We have.
You have the envelope. Everybody has
Has-
their own envelope.
Oh, okay, that's the catch, I think.
Yeah, everybody has their own envelope. But now, the principal, even okay, let's say, for our case, we were 5. Her case was the DV. Mine was DV2 because I'm the spouse. The kids were DV3.
Oh, okay.
So the DV is now the one that drives. All these other comes after. Yeah. So even at the embassy, at the point of entry, her documents were checked first.
Oh, okay.
So the principal documents are the ones that unlocks everything else.
I'm just trying to imagine how complicated is that the principal came like 4 months ago, and now DV2, 3, and 4 are now coming in from wherever. And when they get to the point of entry, the port of entry, they check and they see DV1 came a long time ago. Do they have a way of connecting that DV1 came in?
Yes, you know, they have systems. Once you enter that information in the system, it's in the system. So they'll be able now to check, okay, now these cases are linked to that mother case.
It's like when you have, for example, you have an insurance. He is the principal employer. The rest of us, we are the beneficiary, the spouse and the kids. So when I'm going to the hospital, I'll have to go with his card as the employer, the main person who is employed in that company. The rest are the beneficiary. We are benefiting from him being employed to that company. So when that information is running the computer, you can get the treatment. Yeah.
That's a very interesting way of putting it.
Yeah.
So when you are the principal, the rest, they are the beneficiaries.
All the numbers, they share the same case number. So the principal is the one who's at the top of that case number. So all these other ones will share the same case number, but they have an additional number on that case number. So once the first one is activated, then these other ones
Yeah,
become,
big.
they also
Automatic.
But they have to come in within 6 months.
within
Yeah.
6 months. Even if you have a visa, you can't come a year later. Say, okay, now the principal, when they were trying to find us a place to stay, they find us air ticket and all that.
Yeah.
So if the 6 months are up,
Then that's
whoever is not in America by that time,
They are locked out.
that is
that's
locked
it.
out, it's
Yeah.
lost.
wow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So you can come, find your way, but within 6 months,
Make
let them
sure
they
everybody-
follow you,
Yeah.
or you go back for them.
Oh, go back for
You
them.
can't go
Yeah.
back.
That's really go
They
back
come
for them.
to
That's
you.
very expensive.
If they are kids, they cannot travel alone.
Oh, yeah.
You have to go get them, or
Yeah. Wow. Yeah, I think it's if at all possible, it's best to come all together and figure yourself out when you're all here together.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. All right. Somebody was saying here that, okay, good interview. Just a correction. Paying for the green card is optional, though. You can travel to the US and pay for it later. Is that true?
That's very true.
That's true. You can opt to pay it while you're here. Now the difference is when you pay before you come, before you get at the point of entry, they use your biometrics, the ones you use at the embassy, all that information. They use that information. So at the point of entry, you just activate printing.
Yeah.
You'll get your documents within 10 to mostly 10 days to 2 weeks. But if you wait and come and start your social security from your application, you'll have now to go do your biometrics. You'll have to wait a period of 2 to 3 months before you get that, or even 90 days, depending on how fast the city you are or the government is working. But if you pay before you come, just at the point of entry, they confirm everything is in order, it activates printing. So you'll just wait for printing and then for them to mail your social, and you'll have them in 10 to 12 to 2 weeks, 10 days to 2 weeks.
Yeah. Pay it when you're back at home. Because when you come here, you don't have that vehicle to go to the...
Yeah, now without the social,
Yeah,
without the green card or the permanent residence card,
Yeah, moving around, it's...
you're not able to register anywhere.
easy.
You get a job.
Yeah,
So while you're waiting for the 10 days to familiarize yourself with the new environment, your documents are here. So you're able to bounce very fast and start working on settling or getting your paperwork or work or whatever it is that you want to do.
Yeah, so guys, choose whether you want 2 weeks or you want 3 months.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I guess that's the choice you have. But I think it's an option if you don't have that money.
Yeah, you might not
so
have the money.
that's one of the expenses that maybe you're able to cut out. But you're gonna come here and now for 3 months you're gonna have to figure out how you're gonna do it, because I mean, you need to eat, you need to do other things. When you get your green card and your social security, you're able to start working
Yeah.
very
So
quickly.
yeah.
When you come and you didn't have money back at home, then it means you'll have to get some way of earning so that you still paying for the $220 for that card, you'll still pay.
Yeah. So you still have to come up with the money one way or another. And then there's another question here. How was he earning with a visit visa, or the family was giving the dollars for the bills back home?
Well, you can say both were happening. I was able to get gigs here and there. I still have my own online freelance. I was doing that at part-time. And there are so many ways you do help somebody move, you help somebody paint their house, you help somebody move or have manual work. They pay you. People appreciate what you're doing. Then
Here there is nothing for free.
so that way, whatever little you're earning, it's still something.
Yeah, and when you send it over there, it can cover some bills and stuff like that. So,
Yep.
okay, all right. Somebody asked, did you guys pay your kids' air tickets?
Oh,
Yes.
yes. Even for a 2-year-old, we paid the ticket.
The whole
Yeah.
thing? It
wasn't
whole-
discounted?
No discount.
At that point,
No.
it wasn't discounted. We paid the whole fare.
Even the medical, no discount.
No discount for anyone. So it's the same for the dad and the 2-year-old.
There are some airlines that offer 75% for a kid or a kid below 2 years. There are those that offer those discounts. But by the time we were coming, it was peak time, and we didn't want so many connections and so many layovers. So the option that we took was it had one stopover, Nairobi, Heathrow, Phoenix. So and we didn't have so many options.
Right.
And the timeline that we had, we didn't have a long time to wait and see when the fares are favorable. And all
Very-
that. So it was a choice we chose, and it was an expensive one.
Yeah.
But we wanted to avoid having so many layovers or so many hours, and so we didn't get a discount on that. So we paid the same fare for everyone, and yeah.
Yeah. So it's the same as long as your kids are over 2 years old. Yeah.
That's a full fare.
It's a full fare. Below 2, you can have some discounts in with some airlines. Actually, mostly they say below 2 is free, but we found out it's not truly free when we traveled. But it's not expensive. I think you pay some taxes and fees and some things like that for below 2. Yeah. Okay, and then the other question is, I think now we are at the mostly highest requested question. Drum roll. Okay, so the most highly requested question for you guys to answer is, where did you guys take your photo and where did you guys apply for the green card? Which cyber?
You want to share it then?
Well, okay. If you're in Thika or around Thika, because we did it in Thika. Yeah, there's a Mac Studio. They are at Mac Plaza.
Near White Line stage.
Yeah,
White Line.
Yeah, near the stadium,
Yeah.
around there. We used that one at some point. Also, there's a rescue studio. It's at Allison Plaza, 4th floor.
Yeah.
Yeah, so they take your picture and fill it for you. So basically, any photo studio that are professional and they know green card and the requirement for an American passport, you can be able to get a professional picture done. But somebody who takes your picture and they make sure that they have cropped it in a way that it qualifies for the DV. Yeah, for those in Thika or around Thika, rescue studios, that's where you should be able to go and do that. They also fill in for you. Mac Studio is another one that also does that. So in Nairobi, I don't know.
I don't know any place in Nairobi.
Yeah.
All I can say is take a professional picture. Assume you're going for an interview. Yeah, so that's the picture that you should take when you're going to an interview.
I know. There are questions which usually come after this, and they'll ask how much does it cost to take a picture.
I think
Yeah,
it depends.
it depends now with the studio.
With the studio.
There are those that charges 500, 300. So it depends with the studio. And it also depends if they're filling in for you.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So it's different. Like you can go to a studio just for the pictures, get your
Yeah.
pictures done, and then go fill in the DV yourself. Or you can go to a cyber and they'll do the photo and fill in the DV for you.
Yeah.
Yeah, now the catch is if you do it in a cyber or somebody does it for you, make sure you get the confirmation.
And make sure you also know
What they feel.
how they should be filling it, because if they make a mistake and that's your one entry and you only get one entry, then I mean you can't blame anybody, so you have to know.
If you are letting somebody do it, be there or provide the information and make sure they give you what they wrote in your application and the photo is correct, so that you have that information with you, and make sure you get the confirmation
Number.
and store it and have it for the time you are supposed to check.
Okay. All right, guys. So I think that's it. All the other comments were, just people saying how encouraged they are by you guys' journey, how people are giving up on the green card and they'll try one more time because, you never know when their time is. So thank you for providing that hope and inspiration to a lot of the people. A lot of the people are also very, they learned a lot from the fact that you are able to come here severally and still go back and not overstay your visa, you know, and they appreciate the knowledge that you have about the processes. And so, yeah, I think it's been great. If you guys have further questions, you know, other things that come up from this video, or just questions you're wondering and you want to ask, you can always leave them down in the comments section. And then also,
The surprise time.
the surprise. She's so ready for the surprise. The surprise time.
Yes.
Okay, you want to
Yes.
tell them, babe?
Yes.
Yes.
So in this journey, we are also trying to make it very easy for you guys to reach out to them, because when you put them in our comment section, sometimes we may not have all these answers. So to make it very easy for you guys, they have opened an YouTube channel. And the YouTube channel is actually now displayed down here.
Yes.
It's Mambo Mambo. So if you want to know everything about the DV and everything, they'll be doing videos, and you'll have, just go over there and subscribe quickly.
Yes.
Because Vinny and Hannah will be out there like teaching you guys and telling you all about DV and many other things that as they learn about the US. So make sure you go there, you support them, and tell them you're from our channel. Just say that we are from Ellen Nick and we are here to
Yes.
support you guys.
Now, yeah, this is the baby of Ellen Nick. Actually, it was your ideas that made us think, okay, we can open that channel and react to the questions that are coming from this. There are so many questions coming through. People need to know information, and we are not available to answer, or you are not available to answer those questions. So you can be able now, are you in a position to answer? So they have pushed us to open this, and I think it's a good thing. This information, we cannot just have it all at a go. There are so many steps, so many things that needs to be, and every step can be a whole topic, a whole video by itself.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I think, yeah, we'll do that.
Yeah.
The channel is very new. So if, depending with the reaction or the interest that comes from here and the question that will be sent to that channel, then we can be able to create now videos based on what is coming from, or what is being requested from the people.
Yeah.
Yeah. Then also showcase and document our life. As we learn America,
Yeah.
yeah, we can be able to do that. So I'm excited and scared at the same time.
And how do you feel?
I'm excited.
Yeah.
So excited.
Are you ready to make videos?
To show you guys like the steps that you're taking here.
Yeah.
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 And how different things they are.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get to learn new things, you get to know people. So many things are so different. The culture is, especially the culture and how people react differently. So yeah,
Yeah.
I'm so ready.
I'm personally so excited, guys. Like, I feel like he said, it's our baby. Now I'm like, oh my God, we have to teach this baby how to walk,
How to crawl.
how to crawl, how to walk.
how to edit.
Yeah. So
Yeah, we can take up the challenge.
yeah. And I think it will be something really great, so that even you guys, when you look back, you'll see the growth with time, right? Yeah. And I mean, these guys are a wealth of information. I know, especially for him, throughout the years, like, he's been involved in so many different processes that he researches a lot, so he knows a lot. And I feel like this will provide an outlet for you to share whatever you know. And it's great. Like, everything starts out, it's challenging. You have to keep going, but it's never a bad thing. So I'm so excited, guys. I'm looking forward to you guys subscribing to their channel, following them, you know, just wanting to know what they are doing and everything. And we'll be right there with them, holding their hand, and, you know, like, just do this YouTube live together.
Yeah. So guys, make sure you get them to 1,000 subscribers within a week.
Yeah, after this video.
Yeah. so that they are also encouraged to continue doing this YouTube, because it's usually very hard to get the subscribers
Yeah.
and also to get the hours.
Oh,
So
yeah.
if you can follow them, subscribe to them, make sure you do that immediately you are done with this video, because we are going to do another video and it's going to that channel.
Yes.
So make sure you do that.
Oh, actually, we'll leave the link here in the description. So go there, just follow it directly, go subscribe. And then I also wanted you guys to tell them your Instagram so that people can DM you with their questions and you guys can use those questions to like make videos.
Yeah, by the time this is going up, I'll create an Instagram or link to that YouTube.
Okay.
You'll show us how to link all these platforms together.
Yeah. Instagram, usually you just give them your handle and then they'll go search it. But we can also include it in the...
Yeah, we can
Yeah, you put it somewhere there. So
Yeah. So go to their DMs, whatever questions you have, send it there. They'll be doing, answering those questions directly. Yeah. So what video are we doing for them? Like on their channel?
No, we are not saying. So guys, when you subscribe, you'll see the video.
No, maybe we should tell them so that they know that they should go watch it.
It will be something related to
DV?
to DV or immigration or visa. Yes.
Okay, guys, I guess you have to go there and find out. I tried. Yes.
Oh boy.
So no pressure, guys. Yeah, but thank you so much for always hanging out with us. Thank you for all the new subscribers that we have, guys. Welcome here. We are always here. Good vibes, good energy. We want to help each other grow. And if it's your first time, make sure you go back and check out our other videos that we've done. And welcome to the family. And all our OG subscribers, thank you for always coming back. It's always great having you guys. We love you so much. And we cannot wait to see you guys in our next video. And we'll always give you great content as always.
Yeah.
All right.
So that's it from us. Bye.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Channel.
Oh, see you in Mambo.
Yeah, see you in Mambo Mambo. Subscribe, it's right here.
Yes. There you go.
Cheers.
All right.
Good to say welcome to our channel.
So you guys have to learn how to do the intro and everything.
Yeah. Okay, guys. Bye from us.
Bye.
Hey guys, this is Nick from Ellen Nick, and guys, welcome. Mko ready? Mulikuwa ready?
Oh my God. Niko like, tumeanza. Niko like, hala, okay. Okay. Anywho. Sorry, okay.
So mwende kwa Mambo Mambo, where we have all the visa answers. Here we are just having fun.
Imeshika. Okay, I like it. So like, share, and subscribe, guys, and watch out for our next video. Love you.